Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hello, and welcome back to Dr. Geohu's Sci-Fi and Horror Ramblings. This is Dr. Geohu, and okay, so I'm a little frustrated. So I'm going to start with that because, just about a day ago, and if you're listening to this, years into the future, just to give you some understanding, BBC America had posted a sort of a ticking logo that just said Who, and I'm referring to Doctor Who just in case, with 6 ticks, and the wording, the clock is counting down, or something like that. I can't remember. I'm just a little frustrated because I think that the time for mystery, the time for all this anticipation and building up is done and over with. I think at this point, fans are starting to really get frustrated and getting put off. And what I mean is that we're losing interest. It's not something that is fun anymore. Because I think that it's one thing to have secrecy and to protect all the work that everyone's been doing and to give us that big wow moment when it comes live on television. But at the same time, now it's like you're toying with our emotions. You're fracking with our emotions, I should say. And I think it's a little annoying. I think a lot of the fans have been very patient. And patience is not one of my strong virtues. I think for me, this ramble is about the fact that it's done. It's over with. Come on. We're almost close to October. If you recall, there were some leaked photos from a press event that the BBC held, sort of like a junket, I think is what we call it here in the U.S., which is where you sell to other media networks and other organizations your material. And Doctor Who is one of those materials that was being sort of shopped around. And at the bottom of an image that was projected behind the cast and crew and the TARDIS, it said, available this October. Now, available this October means that, to me, that it will be available in October. So I'm not sure if it's really going to be a September release date, although I can't remember, was it the Radio or Daily Mail, I think, in the UK reported that it was going to be September. In one of their listings, they put BBC One, Doctor Who, September. How accurate is that? I don't know. Daily Mail has been hit or miss with rumors in the past, so it could be that maybe we are going to be seeing Doctor Who premiere in September. Maybe they do have their stuff together. I have a theory, and my theory is that they, for whatever reason, this was supposed to be a simple, I believe I had read or someone had commented that it was supposed to be about a 6 to 9 months, I think, total production schedule, meaning filming, principal photography. And it was supposed to end, photography was supposed to end in April of 2018. Well, April came and went, Comic-Con in July came and went, and they still had 2 weeks of filming to do after Comic-Con, putting them into August when Doctor Who officially wrapped photography, principal photography. Now, that's a little bit beyond what they had estimated. So I'm not really sure if the BBC is looking at this like, well, we have Chris Chibnall here. We thought he could bring this in at 6 months. It's actually been almost a year. It's literally almost a year of filming. So I thought maybe the show is just not ready to air. Maybe they're not completely done. The visuals aren't done. We had a teaser and a trailer that showed that stuff is done, but I don't think it's completely done. So I've always theorized that that's the reason why they are holding off on an exact date, because they're trying to make sure that they can fulfill that specific date. We did see a report come in that it will be in October. Will be ready by October, I think was something that was also released. But what does that mean? One of the things that I really, really did not like about Star Trek Discovery was the original date, then pushed to another date, then pushed to another date. But at least we had dates, and we could say, okay, well, it's supposed to be released in this time, at this time, at this time. Now, the difference is, though, that Doctor Who is still on broadcast television. It's not on a all-access, stream service. And I probably, wouldn't put it past them to actually put Doctor Who into some kind of BBC streaming service, following the success of Discovery. So that really irritated me. But this is irritating me a little bit more because it's not just them saying it's this day or this day. They're playing around with it, with these little hints and mysteries and clues. Which, again, some people might be like, oh, that's pretty cool, blah, blah, blah. But I don't see it that way. I don't see it as, well, they're trying to hold off on the mystery and give everybody this big bang. And I honestly don't see it that way. I see it more as, this is really frustrating me. This is really frustrating me and a lot of fans. And I can see it just on Twitter. Every time something's posted, what is the date? Even some people going as far as making funny jokes with regards to, well, I guess I'll have a party, for the Doctor Who premiere this fall, 2018, because nobody has a date. And on top of that, there's also rumors that well, actually, it's not a rumor. I believe during Comic-Con it was confirmed that Doctor Who was going to simulcast again, just like they did with the 50th anniversary, so everybody saw it at the same time. Now that begs the question, who's going to get to see it early and who's going to get to see it late? Reason. So if it airs in the UK first, obviously around 5 p.m. like it normally does on Saturdays, or has been, that means it's going to be 11 a.m., around 11 a.m. here on the west coast of the U.S. in California, meaning that we'll have to see Doctor Who at 11, which I don't mind. We waited so long. I'm just ready to get this over with. And honestly, that's unfortunately the feeling I have. Is like, I just want to see this now because it's been almost a year since the 12th Doctor regenerated. And we're really anxious, that's what fans do. We obsess over these little minute things, but it's just aggravating. And that's what my ramble has been about. Just giving us a frackin' date. A date. Not coming soon. Not this fall or this autumn. Okay? Not by October. That, to me, is just not how a TV show works. And so I just like the fact that a lot of my other shows that I do like to watch will give you a solid date. Of course, everybody says coming soon because they don't have a release date yet. Then they'll say coming this fall. Okay. Usually then that follows a few weeks later with coming on October 6th. And I don't know, maybe that's the day it's coming out. I might have just predicted that. So that's my ramble for today. I just wish that the BBC, BBC Studios, BBC America would come together and give a date. I think that at this point, somebody has a date. It's out there because I think we may have it within the next few days, if not, because this whole ticking little clock thing, what could that mean? Could that be a sign that we will have some kind of notification within the next 5 days? Because it was 6 yesterday, 5 today. So maybe by next week, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll have a date, maybe possible another trailer. I don't know, but I'm just really getting antsy over this, and yeah, so that's my ramble for today. Thanks for listening, and join us next time on Dr. Geo Who's Sci-Fi and Horror Ramblings.